I'm Hannah Keeley.
Nice to meet you.
Yep, that's me. I was a behavior therapist for a while. Then I had a few kids. Okay, a lot of kids. Well, 7 to be exact. I soon realized that of all the people who need help, moms are at the top of the list. So I wrote some books, appeared on television, made a website, but nothing beats just rolling up your sleeves and working side by side. My therapy may not be your kind of therapy, but it works. As a matter of fact, I can take any overwhelmed mom and change her life in just 2 days.
And that is a good thing.
I'm Hannah, and I'm here to help. Well, here I am at Catherine's house. Catherine is a stay-at-home mom with 5 kids, and she is really stressed out. Money is tight, and planning is a problem. Well, actually, it sounds like there's no planning going on. Also, she's having a tough time with her teens. How do I know this? Well, here's an interesting twist on things. I got a letter from her teenage son. So this mom needs help according to her child. Let's go see what's really going on here.
Hey, Hannah. So I'm sending you an email for my mama to be on your show. The first thing that comes to head are 1, money issues, 2, house clutter issues, and 3, family issues. In regards to money, we don't have a lot. My dad is a pastor, and so he doesn't make as much as he probably could if he had a different career. Also, my mom has to stay at home with her 5 kids. Another area in our house which could definitely benefit from your help is organization of our house and clutter. Finally, the last area we could benefit from your help is family issues. This particularly is endear to me, as I am a teenage boy and I like to think that I know what is best, when in actuality, I don't. This results, sadly, into shouting matches and fights between myself and my parents. Hurt feelings and fighting then become the concern, and I know for a fact that you would definitely be able to help us out.
Wonderful. Well, I think you know by now I got a letter from your son, and thank you already for being willing to do this.
Okay.
Because that's a gutsy mama right there. You know, especially when it wasn't you reaching out,
Right.
but your son.
I really could use some help. I know I need, a plan, a help to get
Sounds
things
like you're
in order.
really stressed out.
I have 5 kids, so I'm busy, and things go fast and furious around here.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so were you doing something with your kids, or?
well, I was reading a book to my youngest daughter, Anna. She's 3. And then my kids are actually ready to go off to school.
So why don't you get back to that, and if you don't mind, could I just snoop around your house for a little bit?
Okay, yes.
Is that gonna be that painful for you?
No, it's okay.
Okay,
It's
cool.
good. Thank
Okay.
you.
Go ahead, and I'll just make myself at home.
Okay. Well, I am a mom with 5 kids, and my husband's a pastor, so I stay quite busy.
Well, at first glance, it looks pretty organized.
I spend a lot of time cooking food, and I really don't have a plan for like a shopping list or anything. I basically try to wing it, which creates a lot of stress in my house, generally. Basically, when I'm making meals, I don't want too many people in there with me because I start to get a little nervous and, stressed out. So I say, maybe 1 kid in the kitchen with me at the most.
You know, it's hard with a big family when you have a little kitchen because the kitchen's like the heart of the home. So when your space is limited here, it's hard to work around that, but there are ways to do it.
My kids' rooms, we're pretty good about it.
Oh, this must be the little girl's room.
The problem is that I have 4 boys, and they tend to just drop stuff on the floor and leave it there,
Should I be concerned?
which I don't like, and I usually am barking at them, clean that up, pick that up.
Shoe racks and boys, there's no point. No point.
My family room, we have a good time downstairs. Usually we spend a lot of time watching football.
This is a cool room. They have the TV, movies, and this is the only light, though. Kind of bothers me.
I have 2 teenage boys who try hard, I think, to stay neat, but their room usually is a disaster.
Smells like teenage boys.
It looks like a bomb went off in that room, actually.
Dirty laundry, feet, sweat, and cologne.
I'm kind of on their case, but I don't think they really have a plan. And that makes it difficult because sometimes they're not sure where to put it, what to do with it, and it ends up usually on the floor.
Teenagers. I mean, you can't expect them to be meticulous.
I have this basement that
Good. Granny's girdle.
basically, we've lived here in this house for 6 years, and I have continued to dump stuff in this basement and kind of hope it would go away, but it doesn't.
This is where you toss it when you don't have a spot for it.
And it's just become so overwhelming that I'm paralyzed. I don't know what to even do. I don't even know how to begin. So, that's a real problem for me, basically.
Tiptoe through the laundry.
Laundry usually is out of control at my house. I do a massive amount of laundry.
What mom does not struggle with socks? I can help her with it, though.
I'm really excited about Hannah coming. At the same time, I'm a little nervous about exposing my life to the world, but it's okay. I'll be okay, and Hannah's fantastic. I know she's gonna be able to help me.
I didn't think we did, but we got some work to do.
I'm looking forward to it. Help me, Hannah.
So instead of getting the cry for help from the mom, this time it came from her son. Your son did list a lot of things that he felt you needed help with. Yeah. Basically, you know, he said in the letter, if anyone can help my mom, I know it's you. I mean, one thing, of course, you know, as sole income, you know, being a pastor's wife, right, that's got to be tough. You know, money is tight.
One of my biggest expenses is food.
Yeah.
Because I have 4 boys.
Roughly, do you know about how much you spend on groceries a month?
It can be between $800 to $1,000 a month.
You got a big family, but there are ways you can shave some of that money off. Have a strategy behind your shopping so that you're not spending so much money.
Would help.
And there's also something that he talked about in this letter about communication, about how he feels like sometimes instead of just talking about things, you end up in shouting matches.
You know, typical teenagers, the issues they have, and there's appropriate age levels for all kinds of freedoms, and sometimes they're not ready or old enough for it yet.
I would love to see that when these issues do come up,
right,
that instead of I'm on this side, you're on this side,
right,
that it turns into, you know what, we're on the same side here. Let's talk about this issue and talk about what's really going on.
Right. I want a good relationship with them. That's really all important to me. It really is.
And I want you guys to be able to work things out and not take sides, but to struggle together against issues. I talked with her for a little while and realized that, you know, there were some other issues going on. She just felt overwhelmed.
And my days are so full. I mean, I wake up, my feet are running. I go to bed late because I have teenagers.
It sounds like you wake up putting out fires.
Yes.
You know, you don't need to live that way. I don't want to see you frantic, because that stress level, it just trickles on down, you know? And so to alleviate that pressure, I wanted to divide up her home into zones, which is such an easy and effective way to keep your housekeeping under control. Well, I think it's time we get to work.
All right.
And each child can be responsible for a different zone every week. And it not only helps mom, but it also helps the kids build a high level of responsibility that they're gonna need later on. And she's got older kids, so she's got a couple of teenagers. If they're not gonna learn it now, they're never gonna learn it. Let's divide up your home into 4 zones. Okay, so maybe the living room and the entrance can be zone 1.
Okay.
Do you wanna do that?
Great.
Okay, well, let's move on to the kids' bedrooms.
All right.
So this is your daughter's bedroom, right?
Yes, she's 3, so she
Yes
helps
and
me.
no.
She helps me clean up, pretty much.
So she can do basic pickup.
Pick up her books and her toys.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. I think I'm getting a good grasp of the zones here. Let's go look in your son's bedroom.
All right.
I was gonna tell you the shoe rack in here,
Yeah.
it's really not working. If they're tossing their shoes in there, just give them a bucket to toss it in.
That's true.
What about the laundry?
Basically, when they gets to overflowing, they take their laundry, carry it down the stairs without killing themselves, and take it to the laundry room.
Okay, so they're in charge of their room. They're old enough.
Yes.
Let's go check out the big boys' room. This is not that bad.
Okay.
It was actually better than I thought it would be because you don't really associate teenage boys with clean. You know, it doesn't really happen that often. What's happening here is that it doesn't fit your standards. Okay. And there's a very delicate balance when you have teenagers. You know, they're going to learn, but they're not going to learn under pressure. They're going to learn when you are side by side with them, helping them develop the skills without having the pressure to match your standards.
Right.
But yelling at them, fussing at them, it does not work. It just builds up walls. Teenagers are very reactionary.
Right.
And if you say, this is a trash pile, this is a junk heap, what's going on in here? They're going to immediately react and retaliate, and it's not going to be pretty.
Right.
And so whatever you expect from them, you've got to show it. If you want them to talk with you in a respectable way, you have to talk with them in a respectable way. A soft answer turns away wrath.
Right. You're right.
And when you feel that hostility growing, you need to consciously make an effort that your voice gets softer, because that's the only thing that's going to help. It works every time. If you lower your voice, if you speak with kindness, you can't argue with that. So it's all good, Mama.
Okay. Here's our family room. It's pretty dark, usually.
Well, not so much dark, but sometimes if you just have overhead lighting, it gives it a very kind of warehouse feel, you know, kind of antiseptic feel.
Right.
And since this is like your family room, I can already feel the family energy flow in here. So it should probably have a little bit of accent lighting to just kind of make it a little more homey, more intimate.
Right.
All right, you ready to tackle that laundry, Mama? I asked her about her laundry, and I could tell, you know, it was like, oh, she just cringed. And what mom of a large family doesn't cringe when you say laundry? What's going on with these baskets here?
All right, those are all clean.
So sorting it to go to the drawers is a problem.
You know, it would help save me time.
I deal with it. Moms everywhere deal with it. Somewhere in our house, you know, lurking in the back corner is this basket of unmatched socks. But let's take those socks upstairs.
Right. Okay.
Because there's one zone we haven't looked at yet. Here, I'll help you. And that's the kitchen.
Right.
Okay, so let's take this with you because one of my rules is never leave a room empty-handed.
All right.
Okay, this is how we're gonna divide up your home. Okay, 4 zones. Okay, zone 1 is gonna be the living room and this entrance.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yes.
Okay, zone 2, the bathrooms and the bedrooms.
All right.
Zone 3 is the playroom downstairs and the basement area.
Okay.
Not cleaning the basement, but just kind of maintaining it.
All right.
And zone 4 is the kitchen and the dining room. So every child will be responsible for a zone. So this might be a little painful for you,
All right.
but we gotta get the sock situation taken care of. I did what I call the 20-minute snatch and match. You have 20 minutes to snatch and match as many socks as possible.
Okay.
Whatever you don't match,
Uh-oh.
I'm taking them away.
Oh, no.
Okay? So I set the timer, and I was like, okay, you have 20 minutes, snatch, match, and I'm getting rid of the rest of it. And she went after it. The clock was ticking away, and she was ticking away too. You know, she was mashing up everything. And she did practically every single sock. She did almost the entire basket. She just had a little pile left over of socks that did not have any matches. She did it all in 20 minutes. Did you think you could do this much in 20 minutes?
Wow. You're gonna take this.
Okay, look away if it bothers you. Okay, now doesn't this feel better?
Yes, I'm trying to convince
You would
us.
have not
It's
done
really
this.
good.
You would have not done this otherwise.
No.
Okay, so why don't you put away these socks where they go, and then we'll head in the kitchen, and I'll show you what I worked on while you were doing this.
All right.
Okay? So, you know, once you set that time limit and you light that fire, then you can do a lot. Okay, let me show you what I did here. These are the zones that we worked up. Zone 1, 2, 3, and 4, just like I told you. And these are your 4 oldest kids.
All right.
And every week, they're gonna have a different zone.
All right.
Okay, so on your calendar, we'll have another thing up here that says like week 1.
All right.
And they know, okay, that's the zone I have to do on that week.
Okay.
Okay, so I know that in a family of your size, that this kitchen may be considered a little small. But I think one problem is that you're not using your space very effectively because you do have like empty pockets of space here and there.
Right.
And you have a lot of stuff on your workspace.
Yes.
So this really needs to be a cleared area, just for you. You don't want a clear spot, you want a clear area. So it feels good in here.
Yes.
You're using your space really wisely now. And it's funny because you always seem to want more space, but you don't realize that you already got it.
Yes.
This
Thank
is
you.
cool.
This is good.
Yeah, it is good.
Very
a good
good.
feeling in here.
Okay.
I do want to talk with you about how you're planning your meals, or if you're not planning your meals.
Okay.
Why don't we go sit out there since
All right.
we're finished up in here?
Okay.
Okay. She did not have any type of meal plan. So basically it was just like, okay, dinner time is rolling around. What am I going to pull out of my hat tonight? But again, a source of stress, all because there's no plan. But you've got to be planning out your meals. Because if your grocery budget is taking up a huge chunk of your money,
Right.
the best way to reduce the amount of money you're spending is to plan your meals. Here is a grocery list. It's called a pantry planner. This is how you're going to start shopping. When you plan out your meals, you're going to think, what do I need for that week
Okay.
that I don't already have on hand?
Right.
And then put it underneath the categories.
Oh, okay.
And when you
Great.
have your groceries organized by categories, your shopping trip, you cut it by like 2/3.
That's great.
And what I do so that I'm not so regimented
Right.
is we even plan out, we're having leftovers on the weekends. She was doing some wise bulk shopping, but I'd also like to see her do more cooking from scratch because it's a lot healthier.
Oh.
Hey guys!
Hey.
I'm the strange woman in your house today. Come on in. You guys done with school?
Painting.
Awesome. Hey, you know what? I have something to show you. Go ahead and have a seat. I want to show you something. When I told them about the zones, they were actually pretty cool with it. They're like, not too great, but yeah, we'll do it. They love their mom. How cool is that? We divided up your home into 4 different zones, okay? And every week, like this whole week is going to be week 1, and it's going to be written on your calendar, week 1. And on week 1, okay, Justin's not here, but Chris is gonna have zone 4, which is a kitchen and the dining room. And all he has to do is like in the morning, just make sure that, the dining room has been picked up, the kitchen's clean. And it's not like it's all your job because your mom's gonna be doing it too.
Right.
But just, that's your zone and you have to make sure that it's clean. Okay, and then Steven?
Yeah.
Okay, Steven, your zone is the playroom in the basement. You have to clean the entire basement. No, I'm joking. You don't have to clean. But all that means is you're not cleaning the basement. It's just sometimes like the laundry may need to be carried up or something like that. You're not cleaning the basement. Don't worry about it. I would not subject any child to that. And remember, your
Right.
standard has to adjust to
little
their
Okay.
reality.
Right.
Okay? So give it a check,
Okay.
that once a week check, before they, go play football or do computer or whatever. All right, is this cool? You think this is gonna work?
Yeah.
That way at least you know what to do.
Yeah.
All right, now I would love to take you guys into the basement and let's see if we can work together to get just a little bit of direction going down there. I was gonna get rid of that shoe rack in the boys' room, but I really truly wanna see how you guys play basketball with your shoe rack. They were playing basketball with it. I mean, that's awesome right there. So I want to keep that shoe rack in their closet. I mean, just for nothing else, to toss shoes in it and play basketball, because that is fun. All right, let's go check it out. I'm gonna put this back in the fridge.
Okay.
Whoa, all right, I've got to hit one out of these. Okay. I'm glad these don't stink. Oh, lame. Epic fail. Oh! I don't think that's gonna go through. Oh, see, you got the flip-flops. Those are like easy peasy, mac and cheesy. What if I knock this one down and get it through?
That would be
That's kind of like bowling. Oh!
She did it!
Oh, score! You get the slick shoes. Those should go through like hot butter. Oh!
Whatever.
Oh! Oh, you have to wrap it up because you think you're all that? Oh! It's all on you, all on you. Oh! That was sweet. sweet. Woo! Okay, let's go check out what's going on in the basement. Or should we? So, do you think we could at least sort like 5 boxes? Do you think you could do that?
Yeah, I think I could do it.
Okay.
I mean,
And
right now? Today?
Yeah, right now.
Okay.
There's no better time than right now.
Okay.
You know, it didn't take any time at all to get rid of 5 boxes. And I know at first, Catherine was probably thinking, oh, 5 boxes, there's no way. But you know, once you attack it and you just say, I'm not putting it off any longer, you can do it. It doesn't take that long. It's just, you know, getting up the energy to do it. That's what takes so long. And so we went down there and the kids helped out and they were cooking, man. We got rid of 5 boxes of stuff. Some of it we threw away, some of it we gave away. But for sure, we opened up so much space downstairs. And we're done. We're done. Just in that short amount of time, look how much we got done. So I talked with her about the budget, and evidently that was a big problem too, because, I mean, you know, got 5 kids, single income, and sometimes that can be a real cause of stress for moms because you're trying everything you can do to make ends meet, to see where you can shave a buck here, shave a buck there. I wanted to quickly go over your money, okay? This is where you're going to record everything. So whenever you pay the bills, home expenses, auto expenses, groceries, medical expenses,
Right.
you're going to divide those categories right here and then write down how much you spent last month on it. There's your budget. That's all there is to it.
Okay.
And then you can look at it and say, well, I think I might be able to shave 50 bucks off of my grocery budget.
Right.
Sometimes, you know, you charge things, you get into debt, and it's just, you carry around this burden everywhere, 24 hours a day. You can't even sleep without thinking about this debt that's just driving you crazy. I know, I've been there. Now, this is gonna be your lifesaver. The last category here is called the debt destroyer.
All right.
I want you to destroy that debt, eliminate it, okay? And you're gonna put down all of your accounts that you owe on. List those from smallest to greatest.
All right.
And then in your budget, one category is gonna be debt destroyer.
All right.
And however much you can just kick, scratch, just pull together as much as you can to put toward your debt.
Right.
And you're going to do minimum payments on all of your accounts except your first one.
Okay.
And everything that's left over, you're gonna lump it all together and put it toward that first lowest account.
Lowest account. Okay.
And it's just start chipping them away. Okay? It's gonna feel good. So I want to see her eliminate that debt. You know, just get rid of it, chip away at that until it's gone so she doesn't have that monkey riding on her back. You're gonna work on that tonight too. And I say we get cracking with dinner.
Yes.
What do you say? You're getting a fair amount of homework tonight, but I think
Yes.
you're up for it.
I like to go to bed before 1. Something like that.
You said you pull late hours. Come on, you can do this. Okay, let's look in your freezer. You know, it's cool that she already has some stuff in the freezer because I was able to just look in there and we pulled together some ravioli and salad and bread, and it was delicious. You know, that's the great thing about having stuff stashed in your freezer because you have an emergency plan. Who sets
else?
the table?
The kids.
Okay, cool.
usually call
I
them.
like to hear that.
Yeah.
How wonderful is it that she has dinner together as a family almost every night of the week?
I was gonna say, let's let our guests start, and then we'll pass it around.
She realizes how important this moment is. And those kids are gonna carry that dinner time with them for the rest of their lives.
Normally, we ask, you know, everybody how their day went.
Well, how did
your day
go, Mom?
It was fast and furious, but it was helpful. So,
What do you think was the most helpful?
I think trying to just get a plan for what I want to accomplish. I have willing people to get things done. I just need a direction that I can work with. So.
Right. Tomorrow, I've got a little surprise in store, of course, for Catherine. And I would also like to give her a little bit more help with that basement because I know what a burden that is for her, and help her get that money situation under control. And I want to have some fun. That's my goal. Well, I put in a hard day's work, and I know for sure Mom did. I am ready to call it a day, and I'm looking forward to another day of hard work tomorrow. But for now, I'm gonna leave Mom to do her homework and the kids to clean up. Need some help being a mom? Go to hannahhelpme.com. I'm not going in there, okay. Oh, do you want me to do it again? Thanks again. Oh, that was perfect timing. Seriously? That's a good blooper. Oh. Blooper! All the laundry, but the hamper's empty. Check it out. Well, I think it's time we get to work.
All right.
Okay?
Me too.
All right, let's do this. Oh, I can't get out. I'm gonna give you 20 minutes if I knew how to work this. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know how I work this. Oh, I gotta pull out the little thing. You know, it doesn't really happen that often. Right? Okay. Hi, I'm Hannah, and I want you to meet my family. This is my husband, Blair, and these are my kids, Kelsey, Katie, Kyler, Karis, Corbin, Clara, and Kenna. All right, guys, thanks. Appreciate it. I wanted to share something with you for just a minute. See, I'm a real mom. I have dirty dishes in my sink. My kids are not perfect. I have junk rolling around on the floor in my van. That's real life. I'm a real mom. And a real mom, well, has real challenges. I remember years ago when I just had a few kids, I was totally overwhelmed. I was living in a cluttered house. I was out of shape, depressed. We had mountains of debt and not a penny in the bank. You get the idea. I was sinking fast. That's when I started digging into the Word of God. And the more I learned, the more I stopped doing things my way and started doing things God's way. And that is when everything began to change. Today, I love my life, and I want you to love yours too. Look, I understand. Being a mom is so challenging, but as bad as your life may seem, it can get better. And as good as your life appears, it can be even greater. It all starts with a relationship with Jesus Christ, but it certainly does not stop there. God created you to enjoy your life full of blessing. And if you're not enjoying your life, well, maybe it's time to change things up. I'm Hannah, and I'm here to help.
For free resources to create a life you love, including Hannah's 30-day decluttering program, go to hannahkeeley.com.
Are you the social type? Then Mama, we should totally hang out. Visit with me on Facebook or Twitter and get the help you need to live a life you love.